Hello everybody, Godzilla Guy here. We are back from G-Fest, and I have a few things I want to make a couple of videos on. You'll probably see a couple of videos like every day, probably coming up for like the next week, just about all the cool stuff I got. And this is one of them, the SA sponsor. No, I'm kidding. But this is from Spiderhawk Studios over on Instagram. He will be in the links down below. But this is Titanus Phoetodon, aka Doug. He custom made this. He's working on a Warbat too. And there's a lot of cool work that went in behind this. Before we talk about all that, let's talk about the figure itself. So, this guy was $150, and I was like, wow, that's a lot. Firstly, he's pretty big. He's definitely not to scale with most SA monster arts here. I can grab my G19 right here and set him beside him. He's massive. Massive Doug. This thing is all fully hand painted. That's another reason why it's so expensive. It took about a week for him to paint all of these. So, what are the accessories? Well, we have this little small rock critter that goes into his mouth, like the one he eats in the movie. So you can just set that right there, and it stays. We have an extra ball joint, so if anything breaks, you can fix it, which I just think is probably an awesome accessory that I think a lot of other companies should do, because it's such a pain, email like, hey, one of these things broke, can I get a new one? They have to ship it out. It is so nice to having one here ready. We have an extra headpiece. This one with his eyes closed, he's very happy. Now, to get it off, Spiderhawk said you have to, pretty much blow towards him with your hair dryer, and then you can just, pull it right out and then quickly put that one in. Very cool. We have 3 other rock critters you can see. One very large rock critter, and then 2 smaller ones. Look at those. So, for reference, in the Monsterverse at least, a rock critter like this is, 4 times larger than a human. So, pretty big right here, Doug. So, what articulation does he has? Is it still worth $150 freaking dollars? So, let's get into it. His head has movement at the top of the head and the lower jaw as well. He has movement at the neck, though it is incredibly stiff. I don't really ever use it. Oh, stay here. We have movement at, I guess, what would this be? His, if this is like a human, kind of like his pec area. His upper body has movement. Swivel around. We have movement at the arm and some at the leg. We have movement at the lower part of the body, and we have some leg articulation. Hold up. There we go. We have movement in the tail, so we got ball joint, very stiff right there. Ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint. So you can get some nice natural poses with all those ball joints. So, I absolutely adore this figure. This was, in my opinion, he gets a 300. I would have probably still bought it. It is such a great figure. Everybody's been asking about it. When I was walking around at G-Fest, everyone's like, "Wow, is that a SA sponsor Doug?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure is." Nah, but this is once again from Spiderhawk Studio. So, I love it. The paint job is amazing. The sculpt. Now, someone asked me, how does he have the whole body? Because, there are whole body renders, but, they're not really Doug. They're, concept ones, or so the fan-made ones. So how did he make a whole freaking body? Because in the movie, we only see about that much, So how did he make the whole thing? Well, it's really interesting how he did, because Spiderhawk Studios, I'm pretty sure, is an animal biologist, is what he said. So he used reference from his actual lizards he has, and also, I'm assuming, probably some prehistoric alligators of sort, and just built this figure its own biology, which I think is absolutely awesome. So if I were to, interview him at some point and ask, where is his organs located here, tell me exactly where, heart right there, lungs, but it is such an awesome figure. So, but for $150, even though I love it, I still gotta say the cons, regardless. So, some cons. Firstly, he can be a little loose sometimes, yet other times be incredibly stiff to move. So, somehow, getting a quality control on the ball joints would be great. Maybe, I get some sort of, lubrication would be great. The top of the head always wants to, fall down. The bottom jaw is great. If both, parts of the jaw were like that, that'd be great. But the top is a little bit too loose for my liking. Right here, have some high toy gaps. An easy fix for that is kind of what you do with the neck piece right here. Just get, another piece that just sits in there to kind of block it out. But other than that, I don't really think there's any other cons. Yeah, everything else. The arms also kind of will do that, so you have to, manually rearrange them how they're supposed to be, like that. But other than that, just the head right there, the swivel, and this little part right here that falls down, Otherwise, this is a 10 out of 10 figure. I love this thing. So yeah, I wanted to show it off because I've seen a whole bunch of people like asking about it on Godzilla servers I'm in. Like, what the heck? What is this? I've been seeing this. So I wanted to make a video, get it up. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Once again, Spiderhawk will be in the description of I almost said live stream of this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Next video will probably be the Dream Project Toys one that I like showed off that I've been wanting for so long. That'll probably be the next video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep collecting, everybody. Godzilla Guy out. See ya.